Ladies and gentlemen, there comes a moment in life when the loudest battle you fight isn't with the world, it's with yourself. That constant chatter inside your head, the doubts, the excuses, the fears, that is the invisible chain holding you back. Once you stop talking to yourself, once you silence that endless noise, the shift happens. The weak explain, the strong act. Every time you argue with your own thoughts, you lose momentum. Every second you spend justifying why you can't is a second stolen from what you could have built. Greatness is never born in hesitation. It is carved from decisive, silent action. When the mind grows still, vision becomes clear. You no longer drown in self-criticism. You no longer beg for permission. Instead, you rise with a mind that is laser-focused, disciplined, and unshakable. The world does not reward noise, it rewards results. And results are born from a mind that refuses to argue with itself. So the next time you catch yourself talking in circles inside your head, stop. Redirect that energy into motion. Trade noise for clarity, excuses for execution, hesitation for decision. Because once you stop talking to yourself, the shift happens. The shift that transforms doubt into dominance, hesitation into power, and silence into unstoppable progress. Your future is waiting. The only thing standing in the way is the voice inside your head. Silence it, act, and let the shift carry you to victory. Silence the inner critic, that voice inside you, the one that whispers you're not ready, not strong enough, not worthy. That voice is the enemy of your destiny. Every great achievement you dream of, every victory waiting for you, is on the other side of that inner voice. The critic inside is louder than the world outside. It tells you to wait, to doubt, to hesitate, and as long as you keep talking back to it, as long as you wrestle with its lies, you remain stuck. The shift, the true transformation, happens the moment you decide to stop negotiating with yourself. Think about it. Every single time you set a goal, your mind begins its chatter. What if I fail? What will they think? Am I really capable? That endless conversation keeps you trapped in the same cycle. You talk yourself out of opportunities. You talk yourself into fear. You talk yourself away from your own greatness. But silence, real silence, is power. Because in silence, there is no argument, no wasted energy, no inner war. There is only one thing left, action. And action is the language of success. The critic thrives on noise. It feeds on your hesitation. It grows stronger every time you answer it. But once you stop talking to yourself, once you refuse to give that critic even a second of your energy, something extraordinary happens. You shift from a prisoner of doubt to a master of decision. You stop seeking reasons, and you start creating results. Look at every man and woman who rose from nothing to greatness. Do you think they argued with themselves every step of the way? No. They learned the secret of silence. They replaced doubt with discipline. They learned to move forward even when the voice of fear screamed inside them. That is the moment the shift occurs. Not when the world applauds you, but when your mind obeys you. You see, the problem isn't the world. It isn't your circumstances. It isn't the critics out there. The greatest critic is already living inside your head. And if you don't learn to silence it, no amount of motivation, no amount of opportunity, no amount of talent will save you. The man who conquers the world is the man who first conquers himself. The woman who commands respect is the woman who first commands her own mind. Silence the inner critic, and the world has no choice but to hear your actions. Stop explaining, stop excusing, stop delaying. The critic will beg for your attention. It will throw fear, doubt, and excuses at you, but your job is not to talk back. Your job is to rise in silence, to act in silence, and to let your results speak in volumes that no voice inside your head could ever match. When you no longer waste time arguing with yourself, you free up the most valuable resource you have, energy. That energy, redirected, becomes unstoppable momentum. The shift is real, and it begins the second you realize that you don't need to convince yourself anymore. You simply decide, you commit, and you execute. Do not misunderstand, the critic will never completely disappear. It will always try to whisper. But silence is not about erasing it. It's about refusing to listen. It's about knowing that your vision, your mission, your calling is louder than any whisper of doubt. When you stop talking to yourself, you stop giving fear a stage. You stop giving hesitation a chance. You stop giving weakness a voice. And then suddenly you discover a power you didn't know you had, the power of absolute clarity. Clarity is what separates the lost from the focused, the weak from the strong, the dreamers from the doers. A clear mind does not argue. A clear mind moves. And the moment you stop the noise within, clarity rushes in like light through a dark room. You see your goal. You feel your purpose. You take your step, and the world begins to bend in your favor. Silence the inner critic, and watch how fear loses its grip. Watch how hesitation falls away. Watch how quickly you rise when you are no longer your own worst enemy. You don't need the world to believe in you. You need to stop sabotaging yourself. Because once you stop talking to yourself, once you cut off the endless dialogue of doubt, the shift happens. The shift from hesitation to decision, from weakness to strength, from silence to unstoppable momentum. This is the truth. The world belongs to the decisive. Life rewards the ones who refuse to argue with themselves. While others are still trapped in their own conversations of fear, the silent ones are moving, building, conquering. Stop being the person who hesitates at the door of opportunity. Stop being the person who argues with destiny. Become the one who is too focused, too disciplined, too determined to waste time on inner noise. Silence the inner critic and watch what happens. Your confidence grows. Your decisions sharpen. Your actions multiply. And suddenly you look back and realize the old you, the one who used to argue with fear, who used to listen to doubt, has been left behind. You are no longer a slave to your mind. You are its master. And that is the shift. The moment you stop talking to yourself, you rise. You become stronger, faster, clearer. You build what others only dream of. You achieve what others only speak of. The critic inside you will always try to rise again, but you will know the truth now. You don't owe it a conversation. You owe your future, your silence, and your action. Silence the inner critic. The shift happens, and when it does, nothing and no one can stop you. Stop explaining yourself. The moment you begin justifying your dreams, your actions, your vision, you weaken them. Every time you try to convince others why you do what you do, you surrender your power. Explanations are for people who need approval. Execution is for people who demand results. And life only rewards the executors. Think about it. The greatest leaders, the strongest builders, the unstoppable achievers, do they pause to explain themselves? No. They move. They act. They make decisions and stand on them without apology. Explaining is a habit of the unsure. It is the behavior of someone still begging for permission. And let me tell you this, the moment you beg for permission, you have already surrendered your strength. Stop explaining yourself. The world does not care about your reasons. The world respects your results. The more you explain, the more you reveal your own doubt. You may think you are clarifying, but in reality, you are defending yourself against an invisible jury that doesn't even matter. People will always have opinions. They will always criticize. They will always demand explanations. But you don't owe them one. You owe yourself your silence, your focus, and your progress. Explaining yourself is a way of slowing down. It's the language of hesitation. It's a quiet confession that you are not fully convinced of your own path. But when you truly believe in your direction, when you know your purpose in your bones, there is no need to justify it to anyone, not even to yourself. That is when the shift happens. That is when your strength rises. Doers don't explain. They show. They create. They execute. The talkers, the ones who live in endless explanations, never build anything that lasts. They spend their lives seeking approval from those who will never give it. Stop falling into that trap. Stop giving energy to explanations that drain you of action. The truth is, you don't need everyone to understand you. You don't need everyone to support you. You don't even need everyone to believe in you. What you need is the courage to move forward regardless of their opinions. What you need is the discipline to shut down the urge to explain and the focus to keep building when nobody claps for you. Stop explaining yourself and you will discover freedom. The freedom to move without hesitation. The freedom to act without asking for permission. The freedom to pursue your vision with clarity and force. People will notice. They may criticize at first, but eventually they will respect your silence, because silence backed by results is undeniable. Every time you explain yourself, you give people a chance to question you. Every time you explain yourself, You open the door to doubt. But when you stop, when you cut off that habit, you slam that door shut forever. You send a message, I don't need approval, I don't need validation, I don't need your understanding, I only need my vision, my discipline, and my execution. Think of the moments in your life when you explained yourself the most. Were they not the same moments you felt the least confident? Were they not the times when you were still unsure, still fragile, still searching for validation? Now compare that with the moments you moved without explanation. The times you acted boldly, with no words, no excuses. Those were the times you felt most powerful. Those were the times you changed the game. That is no accident. That is the law of strength. Stop explaining yourself and you reclaim time, you reclaim energy, you reclaim focus. All the hours you waste convincing others can be spent sharpening your craft, building your future, fortifying your character. The more silent you become, the louder your work speaks. And the louder your work speaks, the less anyone dares to question you. Explanations are cheap. Results are priceless. You must decide which one you will live for. If you live to explain, you will remain trapped in the cage of other people's opinions. If you live to act, you will rise into a freedom most people will never taste. That freedom belongs only to those who have silenced the urge to justify themselves. The strongest people you know did not get there by explaining. They got there by deciding. They got there by moving in silence. They got there by shutting out the noise of opinion and locking in on their mission. That is the model you must follow. That is the standard you must set. Stop explaining yourself. Stop defending your dreams. Stop wasting energy on people who will never see what you see. Let your actions write the only explanation you will ever need. Let your results answer the questions before they are even asked. The world does not need your words. It needs your proof. It needs your strength. It needs your unwavering decision. And that only comes when you refuse to bend, refuse to beg, refuse to explain. Stop explaining yourself and you will feel the shift. You will feel the weight lift. You will feel the fire rise, and you will know, finally, that your path is not up for debate. It is yours. It is unshakable. It is undeniable. So move forward with silence. Move forward with conviction. Move forward without permission. Let your victories speak the only language the world respects, action. Stop explaining yourself. Start building. Start moving. Start winning. Detach from mental noise, that endless chatter in your mind, the doubts, the fears, the rehearsed arguments, the endless what-ifs. It is not your voice. It is the static of a world trying to keep you average. It is the weight of opinions you never asked for, the echo of fears you never owned, the constant pull of distractions designed to weaken your focus. If you want clarity, if you want strength, if you want to step into the level of life most people only dream of, you must detach from that noise. Mental noise is the enemy of progress. It keeps you busy but never productive. It fills your mind with endless conversations that never lead to decisions. It drains your energy and paralyzes your action. Every time you listen to it, you hesitate. Every time you engage with it, you delay. And in delay, greatness dies. The only way forward is silence. The only way forward is detachment. Detach from mental noise, because the noise will convince you that you are not ready. It will convince you that the risk is too high, that the dream is too big, that the work is too hard. It will whisper that you should wait, that you should slow down, that you should stay safe. But the truth is this: safety is slavery, and noise is the chain that keeps you bound to mediocrity. Look at the lives of those who achieve greatness. They are not consumed by chatter. They are not enslaved by hesitation. They are men and women of stillness. Their minds are not a battlefield of doubts, but a weapon of clarity. They understand that noise is the poison of vision, and they protect their minds from it at all costs. When you detach from mental noise, you discover something extraordinary: clarity. Clarity is power. A clear mind makes decisions without hesitation. A clear mind acts with speed and force. A clear mind does not chase approval, does not seek comfort, does not waste time. A clear mind knows the mission and moves toward it with discipline and conviction. The noise will never disappear completely. It will always try to rise. That detachment means you no longer serve it. You no longer feed it your energy. You learn to see the noise for what it is, false stories, illusions, fears, and you learn to walk past it in silence. That is the moment the shift happens. That is the moment you stop being controlled by your thoughts and start controlling your destiny. Detach from mental noise, and you reclaim your strength. Think of how much time you have wasted arguing with yourself. Think of how many opportunities you have missed because of hesitation born from endless inner chatter. All of it was stolen by noise. But when you detach, when you silence the inner storm, you take that time back. You take that energy back. You take your future back. Most people never escape the prison of their own noise. They live their lives trapped in cycles of overthinking, explaining, doubting, and regretting. They never find the clarity to act boldly, and because of that, they remain stuck where they are. But you are not most people. You have the power to detach. You have the strength to silence the chatter and rise above it. Detach from mental noise and you become dangerous. Not to yourself, but to the limitations that once held you back. A focused mind cannot be stopped. A silent mind cannot be shaken. A disciplined mind cannot be broken. This is the mindset of warriors, leaders, builders, creators. This is the mindset of those who shape history instead of being forgotten by it. The shift you seek, the breakthrough, the transformation, the rise, it will not come from louder thoughts. It will not come from endless self-talk. It will come from stillness. It will come from silence. It will come from the moment you detach from mental noise and lock onto your vision with absolute certainty. Detach, and you will see how quickly life changes. You will make decisions faster. You will execute without hesitation. You will carry yourself with strength because you are no longer pulled in 1,000 directions by the static in your mind. You are locked in. You are clear. You are unstoppable. Detach from mental noise because noise is the greatest thief of your potential. It steals your time, your focus, your energy. It disguises itself as caution, but it is cowardice. It disguises itself as preparation, but it is procrastination. Cut it off. Rise above it. Silence it with action. The most powerful thing you can ever do is master your mind. Not the outer world, not the critics, not the circumstances. Your mind. And the first step to mastery is silence. Detach from the noise. Refuse to be distracted by it. Refuse to be delayed by it. Refuse to be controlled by it. Because once you detach from mental noise, the world can no longer stop you. You move differently, you think differently, you act differently, you rise with an energy that cannot be ignored. And while others drown in their own noise, you will stand clear, focused, and unstoppable. Detach from mental noise. The shift is waiting, your clarity is waiting, your strength is waiting, and the moment you cut off the noise, you step into the power that was always yours. Detach and rise. Action over dialogue. The world does not care about what you plan, what you say, or what you dream. It only responds to what you do. Dialogue may sound convincing, but it produces nothing. Action creates reality. Every second you spend talking about your goals is a second stolen from actually achieving them. Action over dialogue is the code of the unstoppable. Words are cheap. Everyone can talk. Everyone can make promises. Everyone can say they want success. But look around you. How many people actually move? How many people actually rise at dawn, fight through resistance, and execute without excuse? The ones who do are the ones who win. The rest remain trapped in dialogue, forever convincing themselves they are ready while life passes them by. Action over dialogue means you no longer waste time explaining yourself, defending yourself, or rehearsing your future in endless conversations. Action is louder than any explanation you could ever give. Dialogue seeks approval. Action builds empires. Dialogue looks for comfort. Action forges strength. Dialogue delays. Action delivers. Think of every breakthrough in history. It was not born in conversation. It was born in execution. Ideas matter, yes, but only action transforms an idea into reality. The dreamer talks. The doer acts. And the line between mediocrity and greatness is drawn right there. Action over dialogue is the discipline of moving even when your mind hesitates, even when the critic screams, even when the world doubts you. Dialogue keeps you trapped in hesitation because it feels safe. Talking feels like progress, but talking is not progress, it is illusion. Only action moves the needle forward. Only action proves your belief. Only action earns the respect of the world. You want change? Stop talking about it. You want power? Stop discussing it. You want freedom? Stop debating it. Act, move, do the work. Discipline your body, discipline your mind, and move with force. Because action is the only proof of conviction. Without action, your words are nothing more than noise. Action over dialogue separates the committed from the casual. The committed rise without announcement. They execute in silence. They build when nobody watches. They don't waste breath telling the world what they will do. They show the world what they've done. Dialogue looks impressive for a moment, but it vanishes. Action leaves a mark that cannot be erased. Every time you speak about your vision, ask yourself, am I speaking to inspire myself, or am I speaking to avoid the work? Most people use dialogue as a shield to hide their lack of execution. They talk big to cover their inaction. They confuse motion with progress. But you cannot lie to yourself forever. You either move or you do not. You either act or you explain. Action over dialogue is not just about doing, it's about deciding. It's about cutting off hesitation, burning excuses, and moving without needing to say a word. The man of action does not need to convince. The woman of action does not need to defend. Their results speak in a language louder than words. The shift happens when you stop asking, stop explaining, stop rehearsing, and you start moving. Stop wasting energy on noise and redirect it into steps. Every step matters. Every action compounds. And while others drown in their dialogue, you will rise on the back of your execution. Action is clarity. Dialogue is confusion. Action is strength. Dialogue is weakness. Action is freedom. Dialogue is captivity. You must decide which one will define you. Remember this, the world does not reward intentions. The world does not reward words. The world does not reward promises. The world rewards execution. It rewards the one who dares to act in silence and refuses to waste time in endless conversation. Action over dialogue means you choose forward motion every time. It means when the thought comes, you act before the doubt can grow. It means when the critic inside you whispers, you silence it with execution. It means when others talk, you move. And when they are still debating, you are already building. Action transforms you. Every action sharpens your discipline, builds your strength, fuels your momentum. And as momentum grows, you no longer need dialogue. You no longer need to talk yourself into it. You are already moving, already building, already achieving. Stop talking about discipline. Live it. Stop talking about sacrifice. Make it. Stop talking about the future. Create it. Stop talking about greatness. Become it. Action over dialogue. Every time, every day. Those who talk will fade into the background. Those who act will shape the world. The choice is simple. Be remembered for your words or be remembered for your results. Action over dialogue. Make it your code. Make it your standard. Make it your weapon. Talk less, move more, do not explain, do not defend, do not delay. Act, execute, and let the results write the only dialogue worth remembering, the story of your victory. Discipline the mind. Without it, you will be pulled in 1,000 directions and achieve nothing. With it, you become unstoppable. The mind is the battlefield where every victory or defeat is first decided. If you do not train it, it will betray you. If you do not command it, it will control you. Discipline the mind, and the world bends to your will. The undisciplined mind is noisy. It runs wild with fear, excuses, hesitation, and distractions. It whispers reasons to delay, to quit, to stay comfortable. It feeds you lies that feel like truth. And if you believe them, your life becomes nothing more than wasted potential. But the disciplined mind is silent. It is focused. It is sharp like a blade. It does not chase distractions. It does not bend to fear. It obeys your vision, your purpose, your decision. That is power. Discipline the mind, because the mind will always seek the easy path. It will tell you to rest when you should rise. It will tell you to give up when you should endure. It will tell you to slow down when speed is required. Discipline means you no longer ask what the mind feels like doing. You command it. You are no longer its servant. You are its master. Every champion, every builder, every leader, every creator who rose to greatness mastered this first law: control the mind or be controlled by it. They did not wait for motivation. They did not listen to excuses. They disciplined their minds until discipline became their nature. And once that happens, nothing can stop you. Your mind is powerful beyond measure, but without discipline it is dangerous. It can destroy your confidence, sabotage your progress, and trap you in hesitation. But when disciplined, it becomes your greatest weapon. It becomes the engine that drives you forward no matter how heavy the resistance. Discipline the mind, and you will no longer argue with yourself. You will no longer waste time in self-doubt or endless explanations. You will move because the decision has been made. You will act because action is who you are. A disciplined mind does not negotiate with weakness. A disciplined mind does not seek permission. A disciplined mind simply executes. Think of the difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary. The ordinary live at the mercy of their thoughts. One moment they are inspired, the next they are defeated. They are tossed around by their own mental storms. But the extraordinary are steady. They are consistent. Their minds are not chaotic. They are disciplined. They can hold a vision, lock on to it, and move toward it no matter what distractions arise. Discipline the mind, and your emotions lose control over you. Fear no longer paralyzes you. Doubt no longer chains you. Anger no longer blinds you. Temptation no longer weakens you. You rise above all of it because your mind is under command. That command gives you freedom. True freedom is not doing whatever you feel like. It is the ability to control yourself when your feelings betray you. Discipline is not built in comfort. It is forged in discomfort, in the moments when your mind screams to quit, but you refuse. It is built when you continue, even though the easier choice calls your name. Every time you win that battle, your mind grows stronger, sharper, harder to break. And once your mind is disciplined, your body, your actions, your habits all fall in line. Discipline the mind because the world will test you. People will doubt you. Circumstances will resist you. But none of it matters if your mind is unshakable. When your mind is disciplined, no setback can stop you. No critic can weaken you. No failure can break you. You rise, you adjust, you continue. That is how victory is won, not in the absence of struggle, but in the discipline to endure it without breaking. The disciplined mind focuses only on what matters. It ignores the noise, the distractions, the trivial things that steal the energy of the weak. It locks in on the vision and channels all energy toward it. And when you live with that kind of mental discipline, you accomplish in years what others cannot achieve in a lifetime. Understand this. Success is not about talent alone. It is not about luck. It is not about opportunity. It is about mental discipline. Without it, you will squander every gift. With it, you will create opportunities where none exist. You will rise above limitations. You will build a life others thought impossible. So discipline the mind, cut off the excuses, silence the doubts, redirect your focus. Train your thoughts the way a warrior trains his body, with consistency, with intensity, with absolute dedication. Your future depends on it. Your strength depends on it. Your freedom depends on it. Discipline the mind, and you will discover a force within you greater than fear, greater than doubt, greater than any obstacle in your path. Discipline the mind, and nothing can stop you. Shift from doubt to decision. Doubt will drain your energy, your time, your confidence, and your future. Decision will build momentum, strength, and clarity. Every second you live in doubt is a second stolen from action. Every moment you hesitate, you fall further from the life you are meant to create. The ones who rise are not the ones who know everything. They are the ones who decide quickly and act with force. Doubt is a trap. It disguises itself as caution, as preparation, as careful thinking. But it is none of those. Doubt is hesitation dressed up as wisdom. Doubt keeps you circling the same thoughts again and again, convincing yourself you are waiting for the right time, when in truth you are only afraid. The right time never comes. The perfect conditions never appear. And while you hesitate, your future slips further away. Decision is power. Decision ends hesitation. Decision is the turning point where uncertainty dies and action begins. You don't need to know the entire path. You don't need to see every step ahead. You only need to decide and move. Decision cuts through fear like a blade. It silences the inner critic. It breaks the chains of procrastination. Decision is the spark that ignites momentum, and momentum is what carries you to greatness. Shift from doubt to decision, because doubt will paralyze you. Doubt will make you explain, overthink, and stall until the opportunity is gone. Decision makes you move when others freeze. Decision gives you the advantage because while they hesitate, you are already acting, already building, already gaining ground. Decision turns vision into reality. Every great achievement began with a decision, not with endless dialogue, not with perfect clarity, not with complete knowledge, just a decision. To rise, to move, to start, to act. Once the decision was made, the path unfolded. Once the decision was made, the strength appeared. Once the decision was made, doubt no longer mattered. The shift from doubt to decision is the difference between living trapped in fear and living with freedom. Doubt chains you to what if. Decision frees you into what's next. Doubt makes you a prisoner of your mind. Decision makes you a commander of your future. You must understand this. Indecision is itself a decision. It is the decision to remain weak. But when you choose decisiveness, you choose power. You choose progress. You choose life. Shift from doubt to decision because the clock is ticking. Life does not wait for the hesitant. Opportunities do not wait for the uncertain. Every moment you doubt, someone else is deciding. Someone else is moving. Someone else is taking the place you hesitated to claim. If you want your place in the world, stop doubting. Decide. Do not confuse decision with perfection. You will make mistakes. You will fail at times. But failure on the road of decision is 100 times stronger than safety in the prison of doubt. Failure moves you forward. Doubt keeps you still. Decision creates growth. Doubt creates regret.